Ma'am, go ahead, you're on.
Oh,
wait.
We haven't even, Mike, let us know when we're on.
I thought we're on, he said.
Are we on now?
Should be. I'm gonna get that cable. Should be on.
What are you talking?
I don't know. I think we're having some technical difficulty.
Hang on, ma'am.
Are we on the air right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't,
okay.
is she still there?
Caller, are you still there?
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah, we're having all kind, there we go.
We're having some minor technical difficulties.
Hey, more
today.
minor.
Yeah, I guess they could be considered. Hey,
Oh, look at that.
look at that picture. Oh my gosh. There's a couple of characters right there.
Takes a royal flush to beat that. Part.
Oh gosh. Go ahead, caller. We have a caller already. Go ahead.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
It's me again. I just wanted to call about the garbage conversation that we had last week with the plasma gasification. I listened to our conversation, and I don't think I was quite clear. There's no reason that something like this would have to be built out in the county. We have all kinds of industrial areas in the city, do we not?
Yeah.
It could totally be built there, which would make it closer to places that might need to be powered by the excess power that it generates. And our garbage could go there, and heck, the county could maybe put pressure on Waste Management to dispose of their mountain. You know, there's no reason it would have to go out like or anything. There's trash coming from all around. And Waste Management already left us, or was part of leaving us, with one old nasty landfill, so that would be good reason for the pressure from the county. But I don't want to keep you. I know that there's probably loads of people that want to talk to you, but I just wanted to clarify.
Yep, if nobody calls, call back then.
Thanks for calling in.
Okay, have a great day.
You too. Oh, she brings up an interesting
You gotta
point.
go here. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, you mean about the,
the garbage, you know, the
yeah.
recyclables and stuff like that. Holy cow. It's gonna be busy today. Go
Let's
ahead.
hope. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, I'm just calling, I can't get your program on my other television with the Cisco box.
I know, we have had this problem for a long time. Two things you can do. You do have cable, right?
Yeah, I rebooted it and I even switched from HMI 1 to 2, but that doesn't do nothing.
No.
Did you try calling Spectrum?
I can't call right now because our phones are screwed up for the last 2 weeks.
What?
Wow, there you go.
What part of the city do you live in?
I live at Mercy Terrace.
Okay.
I hear there's 1,600 people without power. We've been out for 2 weeks. We finally got a dial tone today, but the number's crisscrossed with somebody else's.
Wow.
And everything they say, nobody tells you anything. There's nothing in the paper, nothing on the TVs or anything. It's just
No, even the mayor was on his talk show, and he didn't understand. And I told him and Barry Steinhagen, I said, there is a problem. It's intermittent through different parts of the city. Because right now, I mean, when they were complaining, I was watching our channel. I'm okay. I had to when I switched over from Time Warner to Spectrum officially, they had to reset me from their end and everything. So mine is working, but another gentleman, he had to call them and they had to reboot because just him rebooting didn't work. But boy, do you have a cell phone you can call them or?
yeah, I'm calling you on my cell phone now.
Yeah, and see if they can. Well,
that number won't match up with my account number. That's why I'm waiting to get the phone back. Like I said, we finally got a dial tone.
well, usually they ask you, is this the number you're calling from? And you say no, and then you tell them what number you are calling from, because they'll ask you, is your problem concern the number you're calling from? And you go no, and you tell them what it does concern, or But it sounds like they're having some kind of issue.
Well, there's different parts of the city that pick it up, like the Lower East Side.
Never had no trouble before with it.
It seems lately, and we talked to Mike here, our engineer, and he assures us that, well, we're watching right now, there is a signal going out.
Right.
Yeah, I'm watching it on my wife's TV, and it's a beautiful picture. But she has the little converter.
Well, you have to have some type of
Yeah, do you have the box on your TV up there, or the one you're trying to do?
I have the Cisco box that carries all the channels.
Cisco
Here's
box. Is that their box or not?
Yeah, that's their box.
Yeah, because you have to have some type
I
of.
can't get the Mercyhurst channel or,
No, it's gonna be all the ones like the,
Yeah, I can't get I can't get the school district channel, I can't.
Cat TV.
And I did get this channel, but now all of a sudden I can't. So it's not like, we're doing something wrong, it's something
well,
on
what
there.
has his wife got that he didn't got? She got a different converter?
She must know somebody.
got that
that's
real
got-
little thing that switches to the digital things.
Yeah.
They did that a couple years ago.
It might be their boxes that are bad, in your case,
I don't know.
but I gotta believe it's their problem, but
Yeah, I mean, I just recently had mine set up a couple months ago, and it started off, I would get the program, and then all of a sudden, now I can't get anything.
For a while, it was jumping up and down, and then now I lost it altogether.
some people had to actually, remember when DJ was here, they had to reset their TV digitally, some of them.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to unplug it, then plug it back in. If
But
it
that's what
starts
he
to-
said he did.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta go. I got another phone call. See who's calling. Bye.
Thanks.
This is gonna be a big
Yeah, it's a
problem.
pain in the neck. I mean,
Yeah, the mayor, somebody called the mayor on the talk show,
oh, really?
and he had it wrong too, and I said, there is a problem.
Yeah, there is a problem.
And he thought our signal's on Cat, I said, no, our signal's not on Cat TV.
Right.
It's on the city channel,
Right.
but they're all bad. Cat TV's bad.
Yeah.
The government channels, both school board and us,
Right.
Mercyhurst, all those,
Because it's on channel 1024.
yeah.
So, I mean, first of all, they moved you guys way up into the God country of channels. And then now they don't even work in pockets of the city.
It seems to be the problem happened after they officially took over.
A lot of people I see post on social media different things that they have a lot of problems with Spectrum.
I think I gotta meet with the mayor. I told him that what we should do as a council and the mayor is send out a letter
For sure.
and, complaint that, something's wrong, okay?
Right.
Like my TV on my side, but that doesn't mean wherever I am, it works.
Yeah.
But then other people around me, it's not working.
No, there's different
And
problems. It's
yeah.
not, I mean, people are paying, some people actually do watch the show, believe it or not, or like to watch the reruns of it. But it's not fair that they're paying, because honestly, one of the reasons why I switched from DirecTV to
Yeah.
cable was, to pick up these different channels that I wasn't getting on DirecTV.
And even if you wanna watch on a computer, if you're having trouble with your internet, now you
Right.
got,
Well, that's what I would do now if I wanted to watch the council meetings or
the
this
reason
show.
why I switched is we needed more bandwidth, cause
Yeah,
my wife and I are on at the same time
yeah.
sometimes.
The Spectrum internet is a lot better than the Verizon internet that you would get through.
But even I had
DirecTV.
problems for a while with some of the channels, and they had to boot it from their end,
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that people are paying the bills and not getting the services. That's really sad. And I don't think there's anywhere local that you guys can call and complain, is there? I don't think they're I mean, I miss the old days of Erie Cablevision located right up here.
We had a contact a few
GCAP
years
building.
ago, but that was with Time Warner,
Yeah,
and I guess I'd have to go up to, I don't know if Zimmerly or Mill Creek I thought Zimmerly is the main
well,
office.
Zimmerly, and you have the one still over by Walmart
Yeah.
on Zimmerman. Where you go around the bend there?
Yeah, that's Zimmerman then.
That's Zimmerman.
Yeah, then there's another one in Mill Creek. I think the one in Zimmerman used to be the office.
Yeah, it's the office.
I might have to go down there and find out, if there's a
Yeah.
local manager now.
Go throw some weight around. Say, you're city councilman Cass Quitowski.
Well, we used
want
to,
answers.
we used to meet with, we always had the guy come here.
They should.
And, we always used to, the problem was, that was when we were negotiating the new contract.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a contract.
Yeah, well, the problem with them is they have a guaranteed contract, or there's no, what's it called when you have no competition?
Monopoly.
Monopolized contract, yeah, where it's a granted monopoly is what it's called.
Although, that's not, the kids young kids today are streaming more.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They don't care about all the,
a lot of people don't even have cable anymore.
No.
They have Hulu, they have
Roku.
They have the Fire Stick. I mean, pretty much.
it depends what you like,
Yeah.
If you don't want,
Netflix.
if you don't want the multitude of channels they got,
And if you don't want the multitude of cost that comes with cable. I mean, my cable, I have the basic cable and I have
Yeah.
good internet. And my bill's $123 a month, but I'm a new guy. So I get the new guy rate. Now, once you're not a new guy,
Yeah,
then they jack your rates up. You know
yes,
how that
they do.
goes.
And they
So-
do it pretty good.
Yeah, they give you a good smack when it comes time to give you the normal rates, but
But yeah, I've had complaints all over town, and I tell them, first try to reboot it.
Yeah,
Call them if you can, have them do it.
Yeah.
It seems like that solves some of the problem,
right,
if they did it from their end.
right.
But they got problems. I think they're not telling us.
No, they don't want anybody to know.
I think it's when they did the switch, because if you notice, they changed all their channel positions.
Yeah, they put you guys like this channel in the nowhere land.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, Kat. I was watching the news, the way they were talking the cable car in Erie's gonna become a reality. And like, people were saying, where people that have the delivery trucks on State Street, and they got people parking over the tracks. And how's the cable car gonna get by?
Oh, you know what? We're probably not even close yet to discussing that. They're going to have to sit down with the traffic engineer, various people, and see what form it takes. Whether it's a track system or a trackless.
Yeah.
In some cities where they have it, I'm not being a pragmatist, but
Right.
in some of the bigger cities, you have wider expanses of street,
Yeah,
so you can take out a lane, for a trolley.
Yeah.
But even in Chicago, like the trolley's elevated,
Yeah.
and when it does go on ground level, or even in Minneapolis, it has very low impact on a street.
Right.
They usually have it on like land off to the side,
Right.
but it'll be interesting. I
I think that's quite a few years away though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
one thing I don't understand about the delivery trucks on State Street, I understand it's a necessary evil for business, but they do have a pretty wide alley in the back on
Not all of them.
what would be the west side of State Street, those businesses.
Uh,
Where the Plymouth is and coming down, there's the back alleyways over there.
Some of them got alleys.
Yeah, some of them do. Why they don't use those, I could understand when it snows out, when the weather's bad.
Well, you also got to do what they do in other cities.
What's that?
They tell them, like, you don't see this happen in Chicago or New York.
No.
Yeah, because in Chicago, they got a bridge they go over.
Yeah, but they also tell them to deliver in the morning
Yeah,
or prescribed times where they don't have the
night.
effect on traffic.
at night.
Yeah.
Or like early in the morning, before the workers come in.
Yeah, like 5 to 7 -ish.
Or lunchtime when everybody's downtown and finally,
Yeah, right.
but yeah, we have no plan, and
Yeah. And another thing is, it's not going to be like a free ride. You have to pay to get on it.
I think they're gonna have to work with the, what do you call it, the ADA community too, because,
Yeah.
now you're gonna have tracks that,
It's going to be like rubber wheels like they got now, or it's going to be steel wheels on track.
yeah, I think they're going for the nostalgia look, but you know what? Nothing's been decided yet.
Yeah.
It was a output from one of the committees,
Yeah.
and then they kind of let it snowballed, and
Yeah.
but it's got to be studied because
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna, PennDOT's still gonna build that bridge, where the Bay Front Highway is. Are they gonna still put an underpass in there?
there are 3 plans for that. Well, there's more than that, but there's 3 basic and probably a couple minor plans, which the Commonwealth took public input on,
Yeah.
and they're gonna review it, and they'll come back with. Remember, it's their road and their project.
Right.
But they'll come back to us with their recommendation based on what
I hope they do.
government said, and what do you mean?
I hope they do have it where the roads go underneath. And you have
Yeah.
public area could go down there, and you could do a lot of good, nice things with that if it was like a public, instead of driving.
Yeah.
And get people to our waterfront.
What do you mean you want to be east to west, go underneath State Street?
Yeah,
But the problem is the north to south. That's where
Right.
they've talked about. There's everything from controlled light to turnarounds.
yeah.
The whole
roundabout.
plan is they want to narrow that so that people don't have to walk such a big expanse.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be, the issue. But there's many plans and, if you want, I tell people go on to, I think PennDOT website,
Yeah.
and you can look at the plans. And, I think you can probably still, write in, tell them, your vote.
Yeah.
But, take a look at them, see what you think,
And another thing I want to ask you, you think they'll ever, one of these years, they'll run the trains along the lake instead of coming through downtown?
Well, the whole thing is they've been trying to get rid of the tracks along the lake.
Oh,
I don't think they use them too much now, really.
I thought they,
And then the problem is you got different rail lines for different, you got, Norfolk and Western has one, the old Pennsylvania Railroad had one. And, what it seems like they're trying to do in the Bayfront is get rid of those tracks as much as they can.
Well, they had their opportunity when they built the Bayfront, and they have a set coming out of Don John Industries.
Well, if they use that bridge design, that'll take some of the tracks out underneath there too.
Right.
yeah.
Take one underneath there,
Right. But there are trains once in a while that go through there that deliver stuff down there.
yeah.
Yeah, I see that once in a while. Cause don't they deliver coal down to that coal plate? That coal place down there to deliver that coal.
Yeah,
The Coke
they
plant?
may, I haven't, it's not as bad down there as it used to be with the trains, but,
Yeah.
I remember they used to bring the circus into town on that train and march all the animals up Holland Hill.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Okay, caller, anything else?
Hey, that's it.
okay, thanks for calling.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't know how close that trolley is to, ever coming to fruition.
We'll have to do a study on a study. We should study studies.
Well, the problem is, the first study said it's a nice idea.
Yeah.
Other towns have them. Now, you gotta remember, State Street's not a wide street.
We need
so
something to
if you're
get,
gonna get rid of parking on one side, you gotta think about that,
every study we've done
Mm-hmm.
regarding the Bayfront, it says we need easier access.
Yeah, nobody's
from-
debating that.
From the top of the hill to the Bayfront.
So my point is, does it need to be a trolley? I mean, trolleys are nice, but could we work with the EMTA and have a regular,
We already had that.
Yeah.
And nobody wrote it. It was our.
well, it might be different now, with, hey, a lot of things, like when you looked at the, level place, remember?
Yeah,
It was ahead of its time,
yeah.
and so was the, Modern Tool Square. But now that things are changing, and as you change your image, sometimes you're ahead of the ball too much.
Yeah,
And, until we get a lot of activity, people living on State Street, then we get a lot of activity down at the water, because we're not even close yet. GAF and, Scott's thing aren't even close to being done.
and the east,
But if they do
Thomas
get done,
Landing.
and we got people,
No, east, yeah.
yeah, but if we got people that need to move up here, then, then you look at the trolley,
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, the EDDC and Hands, those guys, they're not playing around.
yeah.
They got coin and they're throwing it.
Well, and that's good, and and if the need is there, okay,
Yeah.
and like, the big thing with the waterfront is, the people there, I talked to a guy.
Yeah.
He was out of Maine, he was staying down there.
Right.
Saw him out at the airport, I never knew the guy, but we were talking, we had some bad weather, and we were at the coffee shop together.
Yeah.
And he told me that's the only problem is he walked all the way to St. Vincent Hospital,
From,
the hotel down there.
okay,
And he said, he's up here on a job, he wanted to visit his job site.
yeah,
So he said, I'm from Maine, cold weather don't bother me. He
Right.
said, the only thing that's a problem is that hill.
yeah, well,
Well, no, he said that, he said, not for me, but,
for
yeah,
anybody.
he said, that's an impediment, so, yes, if we got people, hopefully we're gonna have development down there.
Yeah.
But if you have a convention down there, I can tell you from experience, people get tired of the same thing every night.
Yeah,
So, there's gonna be some people that want to eat a meal up or downtown.
Yeah.
They might wanna go to Bertrand's, they might wanna go to 1201.
Yeah.
They might wanna go to any one of the places that exist up here, Voodoo Beer.
Right.
They may not wanna stay down there, some may stay down there. That's where we'll have to get in with the idea, how do we move those people
yeah.
without them getting in their own car,
A lot of places have, I wish they would just make, the State Street down for just pedestrians.
Yeah.
And put like a park there and a way to just go up and down, like a trolley system, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
you know-
well, now with that, with a trolley system, I don't know if that would be the answer.
See, the problem you got down there is too, you got people that, now with the hotels, they're accessing from the highway and they're accessing from State Street.
Yeah,
So, you know, you got a balance there between pedestrians and vehicles. And PennDOT's taking it serious, you know.
yeah,
You know, what they did, when years ago when they built the highway, they had no idea all this stuff was coming.
right.
GAF was still there, you know, the
Well,
the Pedelec plant was still there, you know.
I remember when they first brought in the Bayfront, I was stunned that it was only
Yeah.
one way, or one road.
Yeah.
Going both ways. I'm like, well, what the heck? I mean, seriously,
Well-
this isn't a highway, it's a
Yeah,
road.
The original plan was to put it up on the bluff.
Right,
But, and that, what we drive on now was gonna be the access road for the factories.
yeah,
But that all changed because now all of a sudden, you know, we went into a mode where we decided we're gonna make it, you know, change it down there. We're not gonna have just factories.
Right.
In fact, we're trying to get rid of the factories.
yeah. Well, it's okay to have the roads there, but it just seemed like they cut corners in a lot of places.
Well, they do, because I always say, and people get mad at me, Erie does not have the political power to pull it off.
No, they don't, Harrisburg, you know, they barely even know we exist.
You ever know, you know, like when we did the project on East 38th,
Yeah,
instead of putting in nice 4 lanes,
Yeah.
they put it down, they scrimpted it again.
Yeah.
And everybody plays like they're on the Grand Prix circuit.
Yeah.
They race to get by people, and then
Yeah.
they see if they can cut the corners on those curves.
Right.
They don't slow down crap.
well, the way they,
And the same thing when you come down to Bayfront Highway,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Got 2 lanes, what do you gotta do?
go into one.
Yeah, look,
And when they did the original, when you go around by the viaduct,
yeah.
why there was not we're putting it in now all of a
Yeah.
sudden, but 20,
Oh,
whatever.
you're talking about the interchange?
Yeah.
And I can tell you why.
Because it's like, oh, now it's, maybe we should, I mean, you should have.
Right there it was.
Yeah.
Cost.
I mean, why,
And-
but
and-
now it costs 3 times as much as what it did back then.
Yeah, but you know what it was, Don? They looked, I think they looked over at the McBride Viaduct, okay?
Yeah, but,
And they said, we really don't need it, we got McBride, right?
Yeah.
Now you flash forward 15,
Right.
20 years.
Yeah.
Now you're taking down the viaduct.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been taken care of. Now you got a problem, right?
yeah,
And now you're right, now you gotta go back and build what should have been done
right.
20 years ago.
You know, a lot of people are concerned about the people crossing over the bridge, which is a good concern. But what I've been seeing a lot when traveling are people cutting across the highway
Yeah, well, there's
to
no,
get from,
well,
you know, that's the east side over,
go behind Burger King over to Perry Plaza.
yeah,
Well, the state knows that, and part of the problem they got is designing, they're trying to figure out what the best solution is.
Yeah.
They talked about an overhead bridge,
yeah,
they talked about a, controlled light there, pedestrian crossing.
yeah.
Me,
Those are death traps,
what?
the pedestrian crossings.
Well, the problem there is everybody speeds on that road. And the ideal thing would probably be a bridge, overhead bridge.
How we,
But then they got their problems too, because now you got a security issue,
Yeah.
you know, that could be an issue. You don't wanna be on a enclosed bridge in the middle of the night.
right. Well, you know, a lot of, you know how our city's set up, our Bayfront Highway cuts right through the east side.
Right.
And it has literally choked off the whole east side. A lot of cities that have done that, what we've done, they're taking their roads out.
Well, Cleveland is.
And I think there
I think-
was,
I think it-
Albany, New York, and there's a couple other cities that I read.
Was it Cleveland called it the Martin Luther King Parkway or something?
Is that what it is? Oh, I know where that's at, I mean,
Well, it's the one road, I was reading in the Plain Dealer years ago.
yeah,
It was one of the roads that bisected the Cleveland east side and basically cut off the neighborhoods that were,
yeah,
you know, not the most elite neighborhoods, the
Right.
people that needed access.
yeah,
They chopped them in two, just like they did in Erie, you know.
right.
And I thought it was in I can't remember which freeway it was, but yeah, they talked about how do we, you know, how do we get rid of it and,
Yeah, well, you literally, the east side, the west side is okay because it goes along the Bayfront, then it
Yeah.
goes by Frontier, and then one block and you're to 79, which
Right.
was already. But on the east side, you have 12th, 10th, 8th, 6th, 9th, you know, all the odd numbers are,
Yeah.
they're choked off and closed off. I mean, it just slowed down traffic going from east to west. And it kind of chokes off the whole,
Oh,
that
yeah.
whole part of the city.
the ideal solution would have been to build an elevated one, but you know the cost on that.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been the route to go, but that's all,
Well, there's no doubt about it. John, those are, I was reading a thing about, there was a theory that the more lanes you built, the more it would help. Like in Chicago, you got, on the Dan Ryan, you got 8, 9 lanes,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then what you find out is, the more lanes you build, the more traffic assesses them. So you really don't, you don't solve anything.
all right,
You're just adding, as people see more lanes, they go, well, I guess I can take it now.
right,
So what you do is you increase the congestion.
yeah, right.
The only thing that's gonna help, and unfortunately in towns like Erie, it doesn't work, is public transportation. What the big cities do is they try to they discourage you from coming downtown.
Oh, that, like carpools and stuff?
Well, yeah, or like my daughter, she has to take a train every morning.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
there's,
yeah.
if you're lucky enough to find parking, it's
Yeah,
not
right.
cheap.
Yeah, right,
If you're lucky, it's not cheap. And so, there's a need for elevated railroads and buses. Erie, we haven't got there yet. We still feel like,
yeah.
and to the most part, you can get around town pretty quick.
Yeah, we don't experience any of the parking issues that a lot of big cities do.
No, not yet.
I mean, we do have, where do the city employees park? Down in the basement?
No.
Where do they park?
They have,
A ramp?
they have arrangements with, some park at the bayfront and take the trolley.
Okay.
Some, they pay for their own parking in some of the ramps.
They pay, that was my next question.
Yeah, they pay for it,
The city employees pay for their own parking.
right.
County employees don't. Did you know that?
Where, which one?
In the ramps,
Who pays for it?
the county.
All employees?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. That's a nice little perk of the county, which is kind of
The only
surprising.
the only people that there is one segment that, I don't want to say it over the air, but there is one segment here at City Hall that, through negotiations, does have like 20 or 30 spots.
Yeah.
But every other employee, like a lot of them used to park, I'll give you an example. They used to park in right where Erie Insurance built their headquarters. Remember the overflow lot for the Civic Center?
Right over there?
Remember this, they had that surface lot like?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Erie built their headquarters there.
Okay.
So those people were.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
They were displaced. That was a private parking lot
right.
that was leasing off of Erie Insurance.
Well, I'm trying to think, the closest one would be over here.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are the Erie Parking Authority, when they do their pilot, just say, hey, take a little bit off, and, well, the city
Well, the problem
employees-
you get into is if you start, now when you mention county employees get free parking,
Yeah,
that starts a whole issue. Okay? Because John Q. Public out there is going, I don't get that.
you darn right you don't.
And just because you work for the city or county, you get free? That's the problem you get into.
You got that right.
Go ahead, caller.
You guys are talking about crazy traffic and stuff, and it just brings to mind West 38th Street.
Yeah.
Get to the Glenwood Park and 38th Street, that interchange there where you have two roads going east and then one that can turn on to Glenwood Park Avenue and the other one going up and down.
That's the one we're talking about. Yeah, that's a mess.
That is, whoever designed that really had their head in a bucket that day. And that's crazy.
Well, what's crazy is that there was a plan, because I know someone that lives right near there, and they told this person that they were going to take their backyard,
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah, that was part of it.
And they had a plan to make it real nice there, 4 lanes, controlled better. And the way I was told, and I don't want to cast any disparaging remarks, but a group of people that live in a subdivision complained terrifically, and they caused such an issue that council backed off, and the state only does, the way I was told, the state will only do what you're comfortable with on a local level. And so they, instead of doing the project like it should have been, they cut it back to where now, you're right, you go from 3 or 4 lanes down to 2, and then the turning lanes are all screwed up and everything.
The way they have it set up where you come through the light too, and then all of a sudden it's time to, you know,
Yeah.
you're right. And then in the wintertime, when the roads are icy and slick, it's even worse.
Yeah, that's not the way it was supposed to be, but that's the way it turned out.
Well, you know, they should have just one lane going through that light. Instead, they have the two.
Yeah.
People don't know how to merge. They have no clue.
Well,
They don't know what side of the road is merged. It's crazy.
Well, you know, the trouble is I like the term yield.
Yeah, I like the term yield, the term yield too, but people.
Yeah, because merge means both people have equal access.
Yeah.
And you're on the mercy of each other, where
I mean,
if you have a yield sign, that means, let's say the people, like you say, on the right lane, you know, they have the first go at it, you
Is
know.
that the way it is? The people on the right lane are supposed to have? 'Cause
Well, whichever way you set it up, okay?
when I drive it, I'm thinking the people that are on the left lane that are right close to the boulevard itself would have the right way.
Here's a good example.
You look at the sign, John, that they have there before you actually get through the intersection. It's the people on the right that have the right of way,
Really?
according to their sign.
Well, that is.
Yeah, but doesn't the sign say merge?
No, it's just a little diagram with the street and the left lane goes away and you're into the right lane.
You're talking about when you head east on 38th Street, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I stay away from there. I now come down a side street and use the intersection because I refuse to go through there and get my car sideswiped. It's a miracle we haven't had accidents.
I was almost in an accident there. I had just bought my brand new car. It wasn't even a week old.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid who probably had their driver's license like 10 minutes wouldn't back off. I mean, they were in the left lane, and according to the little sign there,
Yeah.
I had the right of way. And it's crazy. It's dangerous.
Well, here's another one I pointed out to the traffic engineer. You come down Parade heading north, okay?
Okay, yeah.
And you got that overhead bridge like at 19th Street? No, down further.
Yep.
Further down, like 13th or 14th.
I know right where you're at.
And it'll tell you, caution, merge, you know. Really, that means the people in the right lane have the right way. You know, the people in the left lane have to now merge into the right lane. That's the way it's usually done in most big cities too. The right lane, if you watch like when you're on the highway, John,
Yeah.
and they're going to close off the interchange, right? I mean the interstate.
Yeah.
Well, they always tell you you're coming to a pinch point,
Right.
okay? And it's supposed to be an honor system, but really the right lane has the right of way because whoever lane terminates. Correct, ma'am?
Absolutely. Well, you know, in the United States, we drive on the right side of the road. When you enter a store, usually all the doors are on the right side to enter. Every now and again, you get somebody who was dyslexic and put it on the other side. But most everything, you know, the right of way is on the right side.
Yeah, but it seems to me like when you approach that intersection, if you're on the left and you stay in that left lane, you're the one close. If the lane continues closest to the boulevard.
No, I would disagree. The left lane's the one that terminates.
Does it?
Hey, John, next time you go through it, pay attention to the sign that's there. The sign very clearly says the left lane goes away and the right lane has the right of way.
And
Okay,
this
yeah, I will.
lady's right. They should actually, somewhere down there, either through a controlled traffic light,
Yeah.
you know, stop the left lane for a while.
Yeah.
Because that merging, I'm telling you, you're lucky to have more, you know, it's a testament to the people that, you know, haven't hit somebody yet.
Right.
Right lane, they'll come up into that
Here.
lane. Just tell them the people, instead of staying in the right lane, will come up in the left lane.
Oh, yeah.
Sit in line.
Yeah, he's,
Hurry up and try to get there before everybody else does.
Joe's saying that the people that are in the right lane, you have people that race ahead in that left lane.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they know it terminates.
Right.
They're telling you, yeah, then they get in there, they're like Mario Andretti going through that curves.
Exactly that.
I watch people trying to go in a straight line, cutting those curves, you know. That was supposed to be more, they were supposed to have another couple lanes in there, but it never worked out. There was too many complaints filed by some people that live there.
Hey, I have one more question before we hang up, and it's not on fluoride.
Go ahead.
I have one more question. You know, on the city's websites, on their YouTube pages, you know, like the one that I'm looking at right now, it says that comments are closed. You cannot comment. And I know you can open it up because, you know, I have a little YouTube page and it gave me the opportunity to allow comments or to not allow comments. I think it might not be a bad idea. Certainly you're probably going to see comments you don't want to see. But if you're out for transparency and you want to see what people are thinking, the county's YouTube site, as well as the city's YouTube site, as the Taxpayers Hotline YouTube site, let people comment.
Well, I can tell you one of the problems, and I don't know what this concerns, I'll have to ask them. There was a problem earlier in the year where there were some real nasty, unsubstantiated comments. And we were promoting it by even posting them.
What happens is
Yeah, it's not that people complain about like potholes.
yeah.
All of a sudden there were comments made about, well, I'll tell you straight out, there was a comment made about a certain council member that really should not be on the city's website. And, you know,
What you do is you get these, they're called cave citizens, citizens against virtually everything, where they go on social media and all these websites and just totally belittle the city. Some of them, most of them don't even live in the city, and 80% of the time they don't know what the heck they're talking about. So let's say if I'm a businessman or prospective, considering moving into the city, and I look at the website, I don't want to see these clowns getting on there, belittling the city, and really not knowing what most of them are talking about. So a lot of times I get into disagreements with them, and it gets to the point where I just stop. But those are the type of things that you don't want other people from outside the city that are considering relocating or investing to see, because most of the time they're wrong.
You know, I prefer to call them trolls. That way you're not insulting any of the citizens. There are what you call on the internet trolls, and those people, that's exactly what they do. They troll certain sites, and you know, there are citizens that have an opinion. I have my strong opinion about fluoride.
that's a good thing. I have no problem with what you're discussing.
But you educate yourself as to what the issue. Some of these people, they don't educate themselves.
Well, then they make comments about people or things that are completely wrong, and it's like unsubstantiated, it's undocumented, it's wrong.
And it just feeds into negativity.
And then also, you get off the air. I'll tell you what really bothered me about one posting on there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air because I thought it was uncalled for. And it's not something you want to see on a government site. I mean, you know, if citizens want to call and say, I want to talk about, you know, your decision on the interchange or something like that, or here's my ideas about the trolley, but like you talk about fluoride, I love that. But when they make personal attacks and you have no way of knowing who they are.
Yeah. Whatever you see.
And that gets to be. Yeah. We had a mayor many mayors ago, and I was a victim, and there were things on there that people actually started believing.
A lot of times.
And you know how do you defend yourself?
Yeah. Through texting and posts. A lot of times you misinterpret. There's 20 different ways to interpret a text or a message, or where you may think somebody said something, they're upset about something, they're really not. And you just have to be careful when it comes to certain citizens that they're just not happy.
Well, you know, like the newspaper, if they attack me, they have vetted their comments, they have done their homework.
Yeah.
Not always.
Well,
not always.
No, but you have a better chance with them than, you know, you get people to get on here to have their own blog sites. And I've read a couple of them, and I go, my God, where did they get where did this come from? It's not even close. I mean, you know, they'll start saying things that, and all of a sudden everybody believes them, and there's no check and balance because you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's a way to.
I think you have to monitor the website. I think you know, you have to watch your comments very carefully. You're seeing that more on a large scale now that, you know, certain places are doing that. They're saying, you know, they're not gonna put people on there that are just making wild
And
comments.
the majority of people don't even live in the city and really know what they're talking about, unfortunately.
Well, like I say, I prefer to call them trolls. I mean, I've been a victim
You're right.
of
No,
trolls on the internet where I, you know, have made a comment on a certain video and, you know, put my opinion out there, and I always back up my opinion with research, you know, well-documented research, not research that's paid for by the people hoping for a great outcome. But you get people who, you know, maybe work for that particular industry.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you get those trolls. That's probably, in my opinion, a better way to describe it. You certainly don't want to come across sounding like you don't like our citizens.
Hey, Mary, here was another problem. We had somebody even answering back some of these people, and I go, I don't want anybody speaking for me. Okay?
Exactly. Can't you delete that comment, though? I think I can.
Well, I think they are now, and that's, you know, it comes down to, do you want to spend all day looking at comments?
Yeah.
But I think, you know, if people would just respect, you know, comments are comments, but the city website is not like a blog site. Like we used to have, there was one around town here that was really wild out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, people actually believe, you know what
They
I'm talking
just
about.
shut it down, yeah, eerie topics.
Yeah, and he had, well, I mean, look at some of the comments.
That was crazy.
They were I mean, I don't know where they got this stuff from.
Did you ever see that site, Mary?
No, I didn't.
It was wild, Mary, honest
Oh,
to God.
Mary, it was wild.
I mean, you know, you had people saying things that,
Personal information.
I don't think I was in the same room.
Personal information about people that never should be shared, or terrible rumors. If you saw that site, you would understand what we were talking about. It was bad.
And yeah, once it's out there, it's like, now everybody thinks it's gospel.
Yeah.
But what about the YouTube pages where, you know, and number one, YouTube monitors, they're huge on censorship. So, you know, if you're putting something out there and they catch it, they're going to delete it. But, you know, I'm talking about like today, there's all sorts of topics. That lady that called in about the plasma gas,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, that sounds phenomenal. That's a way so say for the sake of discussion, the city does put their trolley in. That's a way to run that trolley.
Well, those are good comments. You gotta be, only things I worry about is when, and I'll tell you off the air, the one that bothered me the most. You know, that shouldn't have been on there.
It's a shame when people feel like they have to be mean and attack other people. It shows that they have a lot of inside that maybe about something that they've done wrong.
Yeah.
Psychology research shows that. So when people get nasty and attack, it's because the person doing the attacking has got a lot of problems.
In this current political climate, that type of behavior has become acceptable.
Yeah.
It's where, you know, you say what you want to say and you're critical of other people. And we are in a point of division that I've never seen in my 50 years of
Well,
life.
you had people attacking the ex-president. You had people attacking the new president.
Yeah.
You had people attacking congressmen. Everybody's,
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
And everything is so, every like, you know, you had the song Baby It's Cold Outside, and you've got all this drama over all kinds of, you know, stuff that, I mean, we never would have thought of 10 years ago.
Instead of moving forward, we're like,
Yeah, we're stepping back as far as acceptability and different things like that, and you know, it's just getting to the point where the division.
but the new computers and cell phones are opening up areas that now everybody's a reporter.
Yeah,
And you gotta be careful what they post, you know.
right.
Well, I appreciate your show, guys.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Try to be civil. You know, I've got my opinion.
Well, that's why, you know, as long as, I always say, no, as long as nobody gets personal with anybody, Well, you're welcome to your comments.
We never really get into arguments with people. Most
Nah.
of the people that call here, they know where we stand on things.
Well, I hope, like I said about that lady, that plasma gas.
Yeah.
What'd she call it again?
Pardon?
What did she call it again? The plasma gas?
I didn't really hear you. When I go home, I gotta listen
Yeah,
to
we
it.
watch the replay of it.
I missed it, but I heard a little bit about it from some people.
Because I thought she called last week, too.
Did she call us? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I think she called last week. She had a lot to say about that. But, I mean, wouldn't that be a great way to use that big, huge mound of trash up there?
Oh, yeah. Well, now I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, that would be good.
And then plus the other thing is that the city could start making money. Mill Creek makes money off their trash, and we could start making some money and put a dent in that $11 million deficit.
We got to get serious like other communities have and start looking for ways to make money.
Yeah, they do.
Plasma gasification, that's what she called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys should look into that. John, you'd be good to look into that, because you always seem to have your finger on the pulse of good ideas.
Well, I know Mill Creek does make money off of their recycling center. They do accept some things and they don't accept some things, and then they do the mulch program and different things like that out there. So they do make money off.
Yeah, we
this.
give away our mulch,
Yeah, yeah. Well, they do too. Well, they charge. I can't remember. I think they charge a little bit.
Well, we were thinking the other day when we had our council meetings, we were going, it's one thing to give away to the citizens because it is their mulch.
Yeah.
They're taxpayers, but these private companies that come in, we should be charging them.
Right.
Well, it would be a way, though, to utilize all that trash. What are we leaving that there for our future generations, just to make up another Superfund site? And Lord knows we have enough of those.
Right.
You get into arguments because, you have your big, it's kind of like the Kansas cancer cure. All of a sudden that disappeared. And
That's sad.
you can bet gas and electric companies don't want to see these alternative
Yeah, right.
things happen. I mean, that's money out of their,
Well, they're doing something with that alternative energy over at the Slovakia site now that
there's something there.
they're going to be.
Oh.
It's going to be.
Be the first thing there in many years, huh?
Which is good.
Hey, thank you, Mary.
Thanks, Mayor.
You guys take care. Be well.
Okay. Yeah, we got to start, other communities have done this, looking for ways to make money.
Yeah, I think you guys have the new LERTA thing. The school district is on board with you guys, I hear.
Well, we haven't voted on it yet, so
Get it together, man. What's the holdup?
we're waiting for that,
I think it's going to happen.
Go ahead, caller.
2 questions. What'd you find out about Mercyhurst Pub?
Nothing yet. I gave the solicitor some marching orders. I'm gonna go upstairs if I can. I told him to call me back when he finds out something.
Good luck.
But I want him. No, he's been pretty good. I'm telling you. He gets back to me and
All right, the second question.
yeah.
Paying for the city's website.
Pardon?
Who's paying for the city's website?
I think we have a web designer on staff.
Yeah, we do have a kid on. Yeah, we have a kid on staff that designed it.
Yeah, but why do we have to sign in with a name for it and a log in?
I'm gonna go up and talk to him and get the.
That's bull.
I'll try to see if he'll come on the show and explain.
Well, I'm a citizen. I shouldn't have to log in if I don't want to log in, and I should be able to get on that website anytime.
Well, you can't just log in.
I
can log in, John.
Sure about that?
I don't want to log in.
I know. I don't use my login. I just go on it.
Well,
You have to actually log in
yes.
I mean,
to do what? To look at anything?
No, yeah, to look at any department, anything, you have to log in.
I don't think so. I got on the other day without logging in.
Well, maybe they changed it. When's the last time you logged in?
About a week ago. I don't log in. All I did was I was looking up some phone numbers, and they took me to the various things in there, like phone numbers, departments. I'll try it again and see.
Well, I don't think you can do that. Now you have to log into that. Mercyhurst is running that website. So Mercyhurst must be collecting all that data, and I don't want to be on their database.
Well, we used to be
Yeah,
Our computer was tied in with Gannon. John's on there now. He's gonna try it.
I mean, here's the site. There's Joe Schember.
Go to council.
Cheesy.
Just try something. Go
go to city agenda, city council agendas.
Okay. That would be under, look at council. Let's see. It should be under council.
City council.
Is there minutes and,
There's
Agenda.
Ordinances, agendas.
yeah, do the agenda.
Yeah, there's agendas
Let's
on
see if
there.
it comes up. He's saying it doesn't.
Takes a minute to download on my
Okay.
stuff.
He's looking now, John, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I can get it on mine.
You still there, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking at it now. We'll see if we can actually
Yeah,
get
I mean,
it.
I got it
Did
on
you
mine.
get the agenda?
Yeah,
You actually got the agenda?
yeah.
Huh.
Hey, I'll try it again, but before they want you to log in, they want you to sign a release.
Hey, John, call me on my, you got my number, right?
All right.
Call me if you, like after the show, if you can get in or not. Because I didn't go in real deep, but I got into the phone numbers without having to log in.
So, maybe it was just the time, and maybe somebody else walked, and maybe they pulled that off then.
Well, I think they might want you to log in, then, like you say, they'll have some kind of,
Well, I don't want to log in.
I'm like you, I don't want anybody knowing any more about me than I have to.
Right.
So, well, we'll find out about that brouhaha, though.
Well, I am. I told him last week, and I said, get back to me, and I'll check up with him and see if he's found out anything.
And I'll be calling the state about 38th Street, too.
Why, what's wrong there, John?
35 miles an hour, and then you go from 25 to 35, and those people are going like 75.
Oh, no doubt about it. I was told that, the police here would like to get radar, but they can't,
Well, no, they can't, but bring the state police in.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There we go. You think they would, though?
Why not?
It is getting bad, I'm telling you. I had a truck come down, you know where I live, right?
Yeah.
The semi-truck came down there because he didn't want to go around, the sharp turn over there at 38th and Pine.
Yeah.
So he come speeding down my street ever since they paved it nice now.
As they do the same thing on Page and Conrad.
And one day, one of those trucks, we never found out who it was, pulled down all the wires. The Spectrum had to come in and reset them.
You know who it probably is?
Who?
The post office.
Really?
They're doing that all the time. They're flying and they're going in where it's posted no trucks or that postal service.
Yeah, because they took down the Spectrum's line, so people lost their internet, their TV.
But you lose it most of the time unless you have to reboot anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
So, okay, I give somebody else a chance. I'm not long-winded like your last caller.
Well, they used to get on you, John, but you're getting shorter and
Yeah,
shorter
John,
now.
you were the long-winded one at one point. Now you're back to the.
But
normal time.
John, we got that seat to the right of John here.
Come on here and
And
talk.
we've been waiting for you, John.
Well, I've been busy running back and forth, and I was at the eye doctor's twice today.
We got a mask for you too. You can be
I'm looking
El
at.
Zorro or some.
I'm looking at the website, and I mean, you can go on there, make your complaint on the complaint line.
You don't have to be logged in, right?
No, I mean, you can pay your ticket. They do ask you for your email address regarding the citizen's response.
What ticket?
If you had a parking ticket, you could pay it online now.
Ticket, I want to take it to traffic court. I don't want to pay it.
There you go.
There you go, just charge it.
Actually, I'm thinking about changing the procedure down there, John. I'm not too happy.
Have your traffic court first, and then if you're guilty, you pay your ticket.
We need to have something like we do for towing where people can complain.
True.
Because you were on that, remember, towing review board?
Yes, I am.
That's a good board because people can come in and,
They can state their claims.
right, and get an honest, hearing.
True. Nobody knows about them, though.
Well, you know what, I'm going to check on the website if they even have that on there.
I don't know if they do or not, but get a hold of that guy from the fish paper, the news fish paper.
Yeah.
He's always blessed. We tell him to give you some quality time.
Which one's that? You mean that,
Yeah, that one.
which one, the Erie Reader?
No, Erie Times.
Oh, yeah, that one.
The fish wrap paper.
Wow, are you, man,
Yeah, that's what we used to do with our fish guts years ago, and we bury them in the backyard for fertilizer. And boy, did the plants grow. Have a good day,
You
guys.
too, John. Well, John's back to normal.
Good. Yeah.
We wish his family lots of sister. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Kaz, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, you there with Steiner or what?
Yeah, he's here. Oh, you don't have us on TV, or?
No, I don't have. I'm at my buddy's garage right now.
Oh, that's even. What, you got beer back there or something?
Yeah, how did you know that?
That's what buddies' garages are for.
That's right.
Beer, a little vodka. Just wondered if our buddy Steiner's going to be running for city council here coming up.
You know, a lot of people have been calling and asking me whatever.
Well?
I don't know. You know, it's tough. I heard 20 people are running again this time.
Oh well, throw your hat in the ring there. I knew your mother real good.
Well, that's
Oh,
next
really?
year, isn't it? Or-
Yeah, she was a good lady. I miss
Debbie.
her. Yes. Debbie.
And Mike Sweeney. You know Mike Sweeney?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. I used to work with Mike.
Yeah, I miss those guys a lot, and I think about
Yeah, all
both
the
of
old
them.
timers. Your Duck, your uncle.
Yeah, Doc, you worked for the city for almost 40
Yeah.
years.
What kind of Polish holy water are you guys drinking over there?
I got the vodka, and my buddy's got.
Which one, though?
What's the name of that stuff there? Some kind of weird beer. I don't know what it's
How
called.
about the vodka? What do you got?
Oh, top of the line there, Kaz.
Goose? We talking about the great
No,
goose?
it gotta be.
The goose is loose over here in the garage.
Well, I'm a Belvedere or a Luxasova guy.
Yeah, the goose is loose. So
Where's the
I
Brewka?
figured I'd give you a call. It was busy. I'd probably the last caller here. Coming up on 3 o'clock.
Yeah, you'll probably definitely be our last.
Next year we'll have to, in that garage, we'll have to ask some Krupnik.
Krupnik.
Yeah, old Krupnik.
What is that?
Polish honey whiskey.
Oh, I got the honey whiskey, but I don't have a Krupnik.
Oh, that's some good stuff. You hang around me, I'll give you the Polish stuff.
That's the name of it?
Yeah. And
Well, I'm an old Polak.
are you?
Yeah, my buddy here's a Polak.
Well, that's why I drink I like Belvedere, Luxasova, Sobieski, or Zabruvka.
There you go.
Oh, okay. I never heard of those. So
Oh, those are.
I just figured I'd give you a call. I told my buddy I'm gonna give you a buzz and see what's going on over there. Did John call today?
Yeah, John called, just got off the
John's a
phone.
regular.
Yeah.
He calls the radio too all the time. He's on the Golden Scroll of the radio.
He was supposed to bring us some bacala, and he didn't do it, so.
Oh, baklava?
Yeah. No, not baklava, bacala.
Oh, baklava.
Yeah, that's the fish.
Oh, all right. That's not sledge, is it?
No. We had some swedgy in Poland.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah. Hey, you want to try something bad? Go up to Minnesota the Scandinavians up there got a thing called let's see if I say it right. Lutefish or yeah, it's they put the fish in lye soap wrapped up, and it makes it mushy.
Oh, that sounds real good.
Well, swedge ain't the best either.
Well, I know that. Yeah, I know that. I guess what's his face used to come here for the sledge.
Who's that?
Frank Sinatra. He'd go over there to that 18th and 18th and Liberty there. What's the name of that bar used to be there?
Arnones.
Hector's.
Huh?
Oh, Hector's.
Hector's, yeah.
Yeah, they would get the. They also got the what do you call it? Tripe.
Ooh, that's another one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, hey. I just wondered if Steiner's going to be throwing that hat in the ring.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. A lot of people are calling me, so
With Steiner, you don't know if it's a derby or it's a
Yeah.
steel pot.
it could be any.
Yeah, that's true. All right, hey, have a good one.
I appreciate it.
All right, bye.
That's next year, ain't it?
I don't know. I think it's coming up, but people were like, I was at an event yesterday, and a couple of people were like, "Come on, just do it." You know, one
Yeah, it's
more
not
time.
this year because we already elected council people
Yeah,
last
I
year.
think it's next year. Isn't
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I got time to think about it. It's a lot of work. People don't realize what a lot of work.
Well, it is. I mean,
It's
the first time I ran, I remember, God, I went door to door in all kinds of weather.
Yeah, I went door to door too, and a lot of times it's just hard work. Sometimes it doesn't pay off. To be honest with you, and I worked really hard, but for some
Well, I
reason.
know you did, John. I mean,
Yeah,
I watched you.
Yeah.
I went out with you a couple times.
yeah. Kaz and I did door to door a few times together, and sometimes people vote for certain reasons that I just can't explain.
Go ahead, caller.
Kaz, I think city council seats you'll be circulating petitions here in February.
Well, we just, wait a minute, we just elected, let me think now.
Yeah, no,
How
no,
long-
I know you're wrong.
How long has Liz been on?
Liz has only been on, this is her second year.
Same with Kathy, Liz and Kathy, second years, and you too. This is only your second year.
Wait, they just went,
Last year.
oh yeah, I'll be running, that's right, you'll be running this year for next, that's right.
It'll start, it'll heat up here in February.
That's right, they gotta run this year for the seat.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's see.
yeah,
Well, wait, no, now I get it.
yeah,
In your second year, okay,
Yeah.
every 2 years, you know,
yeah,
so that's right, Liz finished her first year now, and so did Kathy.
yeah.
So by the time they finish their second year, the people that ran this year will be seated, you know, the next
How
year.
many seats will be open?
Boy, let me think. Let's see, when Liz was elected, it was Liz, Kathy.
So from some,
It's 4 1 year and 3 the other.
I think there's gonna be 3 seats possibly open.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah, you're right about that. Boy, I wasn't thinking it was that quick.
I hate to say it, but you know, there could be 4, John. You think about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to start any controversy,
Right.
but I think there might be 4, and you know, I'm waiting to see what that council's going to look like. There could be, especially with some of the comments I've heard from our mayor, you know, there seems to be a push going for new Americans and others, you know, and you know, the mayor has a little clout in that the Democratic Party when it comes to voting blocks. So we'll see, but it could be a bunch of new faces up there. That's the best way I can put it.
Agreed.
But hey, you guys have a great week, and I'll see you later in the week, maybe, Cass.
Yeah, well, I'll see you at the airport meeting one of these days.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Well, thanks for calling.
Yeah, hang in there. Bye.
Okay. You know, it's a lot of work running for.
Yeah, it is.
People don't realize.
I can see your frustration because, you know,
You know, you put a lot of work into it, a lot of years of dedicated community service, like I have.
my first election when I lost, I thought, wow,
Yeah.
you know, you get so deflated because
Yeah.
you know.
It just gets to the point where it's like, is it really, you know?
Well, when you're on this incredible high for a period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even realize things are rolling.
Yeah.
You're going door to door, meetings, parties that you're
Door to
invited,
door, you know,
I don't call them parties,
events,
but you know.
events, yeah.
The events, and then all of a sudden, it's all over.
It's all over.
And then, you know,
And if you lose, it's really all over.
Yeah.
You don't realize that if you have a family, if you have a wife and kids, you know, what it takes away from that whole family situation. You spend a lot of time, you have to raise money. There's a lot of work that goes into it. People really don't, I think everybody that
I used to
complains
laugh.
should have to run for office.
I used to
one time
laugh when
just
I
to see
ran,
what it's like.
when I first ran for school board, it's a free
Sure.
seat. You don't get paid, you
No,
know.
you get nothing.
And I used to talk with people when I was on these conventions,
Yeah,
and they would come from other towns. Now, remember, every state is different.
right.
So when I was on the national convention, we find out some people got paid in some states. But in Pennsylvania used to surprise me. Even the people that were in like Wattsburg,
Yeah,
they would look at us and they go, well, I never spent a dime.
right.
I said, well, yeah, all you gotta do is walk around Wattsburg,
Yeah.
hit a couple of the American Legions or a
Right.
couple of clubs, the churches, and you
Right.
pretty much covered the town, right?
Yeah,
But here in Erie, you had to, like you say, you had to make signs, you had to go door to door, you had to advertise.
yeah,
You know, it was, people actually spent money to run for those seats, where in some places, they couldn't even get people to run.
right,
So I mean, yeah, you know, people don't realize how much it costs to run.
Right.
And you get no break from the paper.
right.
Actually, it's
And they don't.
it's
see,
more.
I'll tell you one thing that's
it's
bad.
more to do.
I'll tell you what, one thing I wish the newspaper would really do.
Yeah.
Is the primaries. In the city races alone, the primaries are important because
That's it.
that's it. The generals just, if you get through the primary, you're golden.
Not
Because
always,
of the
but pretty
Democrats.
much.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, for a city council or a mayoral, 90% of the time, Democrats are gonna win. So if the newspaper did a little background and did some recommending, or whatever they call that,
Yeah.
endorsing, in a primary, it would be helpful. But Kaz, we are way out of time.
Yep. Mike, are we off?
Mike, we don't have any music anymore today, so we're just gonna have to sign off.
You're not gonna do a cappella?
No, no, you don't want me singing, trust me. Even
See
though
you
the
next week?
The Grammys were on.
Probably see you next week, right?
Probably.
I heard you got a Grammy.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I did, I got a
Have
couple.
to get you a little one.
Yeah, this is my Grammy award right here, my Focus Cup. Thanks for calling, guys. Talk to you soon.